Money Magazine recently ranked Atlanta as the #1 best places to live. Atlanta is definitely the mecca of the South. We are known for our strong economy and also our diversity when it comes to culture. Now, I really love Atlanta. I love it because I can go to Atlanta and the surrounding areas and pretty much find anything that I'm trying to do, whether I'm trying to let my hair down or I'm trying to chillax and just enjoy an oasis, or if I have the family with me and I'm looking for family activity, there's always something to do. And it really doesn't matter what time of day it is. You still are going to find something to do. Now, I know Georgia as a whole can be kind of laid back and kind of rural, but if you are in the Atlanta and the surrounding areas, you definitely want to check these things out. Now, we're going to jump right into today's video. So if this is your first time to the channel and your first introduction to me, I am Lorena Saunders. I'm a realtor right here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And on this channel, I talk about all things moving to Atlanta. So if you are looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, be sure to grab my information. It's down in the description. Give me a call, shoot me an email or a text, and I'll be happy to help you make that move. Now let's jump right into today's topic, 21 things to do in Atlanta. So I'm gonna try my best to categorize it, and so that way it's just easier for you to follow along. So first up is parks and attractions. So Six Flags over Georgia is by far the largest attraction in the state of Georgia. They have over 11 roller coasters, they have food, restaurants, they also have different theme things. So like during Halloween, they have like Fright Fest. We're actually in March right now, so they're getting ready to open up for spring break, which is in April. And so you definitely want to check that out. Now, the sister company to Six Flags over Georgia is Six Flags Whitewaters. So if you like to get wet, go down a water slide, or kind of relax in the lazy river, it's definitely for you. You want to check that out. Now, if you just want the kiddos to go ahead and they enjoy themselves and you kind of just sit back and enjoy the sun and enjoy a nice fan breeze, definitely you can rent out some cabanas and you can definitely enjoy that. Now, this next attraction is a hidden gem. So if you're local, you probably heard of it. It's called the Fun Spot. It's down in Fayetteville. And if you're not trying to stand in very long lines and you're just trying to spend a couple of hours for fun activity, definitely check them out. They have bumper cars, they have an arcade. They just did a massive renovation not too long ago. So definitely a place that you can enjoy a few hours in the afternoon, and you don't have to wait in those long lines. Now, the next attraction is Coca-Cola. So the world of Coca-Cola. If you are a Coke fan, you're definitely going to want to check that out. It has a lot of history. They're going to take you through the history of the company. They're going to have some artifacts. And then you're also going to be able to enjoy drinking and sampling Coke products from all over the world. Now, if you've been there, you know which one I'm going to suggest. If you haven't gone there, you want to make sure that you do check out the Beverly. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the Beverly. Now, right across the street, or across the grass rather, is the Georgia Aquarium. So if you like animals, definitely want to check out the Georgia Aquarium. They have over 100,000 species, and it is considered the largest aquarium. So you definitely want to check that out. You can pet the stingrays. You can look at the beautiful creatures through the glass. However, if you are a little daring, you can definitely book an encounter tour where you can dive with the whales or dive with the sharks and kind of get up close and personal. That is not my preference, so I will be looking beyond the glass. The Atlanta Zoo. You definitely want to check out the Atlanta Zoo if you love animals. They have over 1,500 different animals at the zoo. Now, I personally like to take my family either in the spring or in the fall because I'm not trying to walk out there in the zoo in the heat. But if it is your preference to do so, then I would say, go in the morning time. You could definitely enjoy the animals. They do have exhibits that it's in air conditioned, so you can kind of get a reprieve in the AC. They have restaurants. And they also have different carts and kiosks throughout the zoo, so you can buy things like drinks and snacks and things of that nature. Moving on, if you are a nature enthusiast, you definitely want to check out these. So we have the Botanical Garden. So the Botanical Garden has over 30 acres of oasis. You can really enjoy it. It is known as the crown jewel of Atlanta. Already experienced the Botanical Garden. This next one is a local gem. It's the SMITH-GILBERT Garden. So they have over 17 acres of green space and 30 sculptures you can definitely enjoy. You can go out there if you want to meditate near the water. You could do that as well. Now, if trails and parks are your things, you definitely want to check out the Atlanta Beltline. So the Atlanta Beltline is a comprehensive revitalization of Atlanta that connects trails, green space, and also housing. And so if you are on the trail, they have parks off the trail. They also have like marketplace off the trails, different restaurants off the trail. The trail itself is free. You can go enjoy that. You can bike it. You can ride your roller skates on it, and just kind of enjoy the outdoors. Now, once you're on the trail, be sure to check out the local art on the trail. They have a lot of public art display, beautiful art done by beautiful local artists. So you definitely want to check that out. Now, if you're north of Atlanta, you want to check out the Silver Comet Trail. So this is a trail that's kind of embodied in nature. So you're riding your bike, you can rollerblade, skate, things of that nature, and really enjoy the trail. And that trail runs through several counties, Cobb, Polk, and also Paulding County. So you'll be able to enjoy that as well. Now, if you're not trying to, do all that and be riding bikes and skating and things of that nature, you just kind of want a screen space that you can lay out on the lawn, definitely you want to check out Centennial Olympic Park. So in '96, the Olympics was in Atlanta, and this park has all of the history of that. And so you're able to go and lay out on the green space, have a picnic, or you can enjoy the water. If you or your kids are with you, you can enjoy the water fountain, green sprinklers, and get wet. There's also a park, and there's also some other stuff that you can do in the area. Now, which leads me to the Ferris wheel. So right across from that is the Atlanta Ferris wheel. So if you're trying to go up and you're trying to get a beautiful view of the city, this is not like your carnival Ferris wheel. This is a very nice Ferris wheel that you can actually enjoy. At the bottom, they do have like a kiosk where you can get something to eat. When you enter, they have pictures, so you can take a souvenir picture with you. It's a really great time. So let's talk about science. If you are a lover of science, you definitely want to check out the FERNBANK Science Center. They have a planetarium and also an observatory where you can see the constellations and things of that nature. And then right next door, they have the FERNBANK Museum. So if you love dinosaurs or other animals, you can definitely explore that there. They have a humongous exhibit of a dinosaur skeleton that you can also check out. And they also have different fun classes for kids and parents and adults of all ages. And so you can definitely check that out. Now let's get into adult time. So this is definitely for 18 or up, and some activities is for 21 and up, okay? So the FERNBANK Museum doubles, right? So you can take the kids there, you can have a great time, and then they also have FERNBANK After Dark. So you want to check the calendar because it changes every month, the different activities. But in a nutshell, you can go there, have some drinks, and be able to explore the museum. Now, I don't know if they still do this, but before the pandemic, they used to have salsa dancing once a month, and that was a great time. You had people who, like myself, was learning how to salsa dance, and then you have people that were pretty much expert at salsa dancing, and it was a fantastic time. So you definitely want to check their website to see what type of adult things that they have after dark. Now, the next adult thing is Whiskey Blue. So if you enjoy a bar out on the rooftop, and that whole scene, you definitely want to visit Whiskey Blue. They have great vibes, a nice lounge, nice drinks, so you definitely want to take advantage of that. Now, if you're trying to get real fancy and maybe a date night and you want to do some fine dining, you want to check out the Sundial. The Sundial is a restaurant, and at the top, it has a circular motion going on, so you can view the city as you dine in slow motion, and it's just a great experience. You definitely have to experience at least once. Let's talk about museums. So there are a lot of museums in Atlanta. Atlanta is the Mecca of the South, so it holds a lot of history. So I would be remiss if I didn't talk about museums. So we have the Dr. King Center. We have that's going to talk about Dr. King's life, Dr. Martin Luther King's life. You also have his childhood home you can visit, and the church that him and his father pastored at, Ebenezer Baptist Church. You also have the Civil Rights Museum. So the Civil Rights Museum is going to talk about the civil rights, so all of that history, and it's also going to talk about human rights, so you definitely want to check that out. If you travel 13 miles north of Atlanta, you're going to find in Kennesaw the Southern Civil Rights and Locomotive Museum. Now, this museum has a huge train exhibit and a lot of history to learn about, the railroad system and what that played into the Civil War times. They also have different activities at that museum. I remember I brought my son to the museum a few years back, and they actually had a robotics presentation there where some local high schoolers made a robot and they were demonstrating it and showing it off and letting other people, kind of control the robot. So that was pretty neat. Thinking about making a move to Atlanta, I would love to help you and your family make that move. If you go down in the description, my information is there. Feel free to give me a call, send me an email or a text message. All right, until the next video, bye.